Thanks for staying with us. So this morning, joining us is the remarkable Damilola Hassan, the Managing Director of Meristem Trustees Limited. With over 18 years of experience in finance, Damilola is a seasoned expert in wealth management and estate planning. Her leadership and thought leadership have earned her numerous accolades. Damilola's passion for mentorship and work-life integration is truly admirable. She's a certified family finance coach and counselor dedicated to empowering others. We'll be discussing her journey, challenges, and insights on balancing career and personal life. Her story is a testament to hard work and determination. Get ready to be inspired by her experiences and wisdom. Welcome with us, Damilola Hassan.
Thank you for having me this morning.
I like your calm demeanor and your aura.
And
your CV is actually quite loaded. You're a professional, and you've gone through different phases of your career. I would like you to take us from a bit of the beginning, how it started, how you decided to be someone who would, be a professional, who would, who would do the work, who put in the work, and you see the results, you see you playing in different roles, leadership roles, mentorship roles, and people being inspired by you. How did you choose to go toward this path? Let me put it that way.
Okay, thank you again for having me. I wish I could say that it was a very straightforward and I graduated from university as a microbiologist with a master's in medical microbiology. Okay. So I just wanted to be successful. I just wanted to be good. My parents were, my inspiration. They still are, always wanting us to just be better versions of ourselves. And at the point when I finished my master's in microbiology, I just knew that I couldn't go on with that. There was no passion to go ahead with that. So I started thinking, what do I do? I wumbled, fumbled for about 3 years in different things, policy, advocacy, and all of that. And then a mentor of mine just said, why not try finance? And I said, no, this was like 7 years after my first degree, and I felt it was getting too late. That it's been 7 years already, my mates have gone far. And he said, no, just try. And the rest is history. So I started from ground up, started working my way through professional exams, experiences, within the capital markets industry. So I started out as a stockbroker, investment advisor, wealth manager, and so that's been the journey.
It's a very inspiring story because your first degree and this new
that first degree that what's that pastor? One does not to do. That Igbo pastor now.
In
Daboski. Say we should not do that.
Not mine. Not mine.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you went very far. And I saw also on your CV that you spent 3 years with Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and I'm wondering, why did you just one book? Because they are closer to maybe something in manufacturing, or started, but you went very far to finance. And all of that. So why didn't you, was there no other thing that you'd think?
Yeah, I think so. I was really very curious and very much ready to explore at that time. Okay. So because my first degree, I left school at 21. So my father would always say, age is on your side, do whatever it is you want to do, so that just gave me a bit of room to try this and try that, the medical microbiology thing, but I finished at about 23, thereabouts. And then, so when I got, taking up that job at Manufacturers Association was, how you just feel that, okay, so my parents have done a lot. I need to start earning. And it was a job that came along. I liked the sound of it. I had no idea what it was about, but they were willing to give me the chance, and I just took it. And then I found out that that was why I cut my teeth, with learning communication, learning negotiations, very strange things, but I really loved that. But I sort of knew I wasn't going to do that for too long. I knew I wasn't going to do it for too long. So I was, again, open to, so what can I do for the long term. So I think that
I
was...
love this part of your story. I was just waiting to get to you. I love this part of your story because there are many young people who find themselves struggling to figure out where they want to go. I've gone to university, this is what I studied, but somehow it just doesn't feel like this is what I want to do. And you find them that they're usually under this heavy, feel such pressure on what to do, you know, and they're so anxious. How were you able to deal with that part of that journey, you know, in your mind, emotionally, and what helped you, and who were those that supported you as you figured yourself out?
I think that a fundamental principle for me was, you know, just being the very best that I can be at every point in time. You know, so my first degree, I made sure, even when I was in school, I just tried to be the best I could be. You know, I didn't finish with a first class, but again, it was a very good 2-1. My medical microbiology was, so that principle of just give whatever you're doing now your best shot. When I was with Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, it was, I woke up every day willing to take up the challenges. There were tough jobs that had to be done on that desk. At my young age then, I've had to lead a delegation of manufacturers to meet with the secretary to the government. I've had to meet with the late Dora Akunyili, you know. So it was a lot of bringing confidence, bringing research. So rolling up your sleeves to do the work. Like so it doesn't really matter if you are clear on where you're going, but where you find yourself, just give it your best shot. And then things will progress, doors will open, people will find you out, people will speak for you because they've tested what you can do. It's not about, I promise I can do this and that, but what have you done on the one that, the opportunity that opened up to you,
Okay, so I think if I were in your shoes, that switch, I'll be like, is it not a bit risky and all, but then, okay, so is there any time during your finance journey, did you ever think that, let me go back and, you know, to go back to the microbiology? Is it microbiology or something? Did you think at any point that, let me go back, this thing is too much, there's a bit of stress here, let me just go back to what I've known a long time ago? Did you ever feel that way?
Yes, when I failed professional exams. You know, and then I'll get back home, and then my husband will be like, no, you can do it, don't worry, just... So what helped me? A strong support system. I will always emphasize that. I was going to every woman, but indeed everyone in life needs a strong support system. You know, sometimes you doubt yourself, you're wondering, can I? But when you have people around you who help you to remember some of the previous battles you fought and won, it just sort of gives you an encouragement to go ahead. So, but I'm glad I stayed the course.
I like this thing you just said now. People who help you remember some of the battles you fought and won. So one of the things I learned in coaching, which I also used to help clients when they come, is sometimes people feel down based on what they are going through, and then they forget their past victories. And so we'll now ask you, make a list of everything you've ever done that you won in life. And then you see somebody who has been feeling so bad before, 10 things that they've done and achieved and won, and they have forgotten in the midst of the pain. So I like that aspect. Well, let's take you into mentorship. I like that, comparisons. We compare a lot and we forget that our life today was prayer points of yesterday. But mentorship, how has it been mentoring people, mentoring women most especially? How do you get people to want you to mentor them? Do you go to a place and spot someone and say, I would like to work with you, I like what you have, and I would like to mentor you? Do they come to you to say, please mentor me in this regard? And how has it been so far?
It's a potpourri of different things. So at work in Meristem, we have this informal arrangement, mentoring and coaching arrangement, that, you know, younger people are assigned to the more senior ones, you know, to help handhold them and walk them through. So that is a sort of structure that we've achieved in the organization, and it has helped over time because you have someone that you can easily walk up to, that you can share your dreams and all of that with, and not necessarily your supervisor, not necessarily somebody who is responsible for you know, for your performance contract, but someone that you just respect. So that on the side, I'm a member of the WIMBIS and a member of the WIMBIS board, you know, mentoring program that brings in young ladies and, you know, assign them to mentors, help them to, you know, grow their career and, you know, attain that C-suite role that they want. There are different platforms. So I would say that it's just about, it works two ways. So I try to be accessible, but again, you also as a mentee have to be deserving of my time, of my resources. You know, too many times people have come up to me with excitement, can you be my mentor? And I say, okay, why not go and read a book on this and that, send me an email on your thoughts on it, and then that ends the conversation. Because they're not ready to put in the work, you know. So
honesty will not finish you. You're very honest. Just listening to you, I remember Joan just answered the question on how I had to fail exams. When people tell success stories, they take out those challenges they had to fight. And so people who are struggling with exams will call themselves failure because they didn't hear someone share any of these struggles. And now you just over bluntly lashed it that, you know, mentorship in Nigeria is, let me just have your number and call you when I need money or I need help to push something. But mentorship is not how you just, not so how you put it. Okay, I will recommend a book that would maybe shift mindset, and that ends the conversation. But in your experiences, how do you see your mentees take the news of their challenges or maybe a bit of hindrances to their progress, you know, as they're going, fail an exam? For some people, that's give up point. You know, you're asked to do something much bigger that, you know, you cannot imagine. But that would have, in conquering that, you would have become more successful. How do you see them take those information, those advice that you would share?
So, I mean, different people with different levels of resilience. But for me, I start by asking people to define their why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you? So whatever it is, be it what you're doing now, what you want in the future, whatever decisions, what is the why? Because along the way, there will be 1,000,001 reasons not to continue. There will be several things. But if your why is a strong anchor, holding you to the ground, come rain, come shine, you would and don't just have your why in your head. Write it somewhere that you can always go back to. You know, so I just tell people, I mean, it's okay to feel bad when you are faced with a certain challenge or when you are faced with certain drawbacks, but always remind yourself of why you took that decision in the first instance. And if there's any reason to take a detour, to reappraise, maybe certain things have changed, because again, you can't afford to be too rigid. Circumstances might have changed. You should also be very open-minded and objective enough, you know, to go back to that drawing board to say, am I still on the right path? Do I want to make adjustments and all of that? I see that happen a lot in my industry, you know, financial advisory, investment planning. You are talking to people have set certain goals about their finances, and then 5 years, 10 years down the line, everything looks like it's not working, you know. So I always have to remind them, write it down and, you know, just stay the course.
Your response to that makes me think that this question I'm going to ask may be also a response to the question. So it's this staying power, you know, just reading through your CV and your story already. From 21, you have been at it, you know, and you're on WIM board. You started at Manufacturing Association of Nigeria. So over the time, you have just kept on. Some people have fallen along the wayside. Marriage, maybe. Just there's always something, especially with women. You know, there's just something, and then we get to a ceiling and we stop. But you seem to still keep going. So what is it?
The number one factor is God. I mean, yes. And again, like we've all shared our experiences. We all have our stories. We all have what keeps us going. I grew up, you know, with my father's story of how he lost his dad at a very young. He didn't even know his father, and then his mom couldn't even afford to pay for his school fees. He had a scholarship, but she couldn't even pay for the basics, you know, to put him through school, and then he had to, you know, work his way around all of those things. And he would always share those stories with us. He would always encourage us and push us, you know, to be better versions of ourselves. So sometimes, at least at those very early ages, it was, I can't disappoint this man. I have to just, you know, because I see how himself and my mom, how they put in all of the work. So there's something that keeps you going. You just have to be true to yourself. Find that thing that keeps you going. The God factor cannot be overemphasized. God continue to play a major role in whatever I have achieved today, and that will continue to be, you know.
Final question?
Okay, so I can see that in your bio that you're a family finance coach, right? Okay, so will one of the requirements be that each party brings their bank statements from all their accounts? Because if that bank statement is not there, for example, me, I would lie that I don't have that kind of money to be zero, so that you plan on the money that the other person has. So how do you get people to be truthful?
First, be honest.
Such a lie that you don't have money.
First, be truthful
to yourself.
Yes, I mean, so again, what do you want to achieve as an individual and as a couple? What do you want to take out of this thing you want to do? So you want to plan your finances for the next 10 years. What do you want to achieve? What you want to achieve, is it an individual goal or is it a couple goal? You know, so that's what will determine what is on the table. Can one person's income take you conveniently to that, or can you both chip in? So there are so many things to address there. We also try to not just limit it to how you want to grow that wealth. At the end of the day, how are you even structuring your finances as a family to ensure that it can easily pass on, you know, to your loved ones at the end of the day? How are you living? How are you covering your children? Do you have people who are vulnerable around you that you want to ensure that they are covered? They are not at risk should anything happen, incapacitation, death, whatever. You know, so many things, you know, to consider.
Thank you so much, Ma. We have to go because, you know, they are in my ear already. But what do you do for fun? You sound too serious. I just want to know, do you hang out? Do you do massages? Do you play? Do you
club?
Do other activities?
Or you just pray because this your hairstyle is just...
What do you do for fun,
I do a lot of things for fun. I play. I'm very, very intentional about playing. I'm not a very sporty person, but occasionally I play golf.
For the rich people.
I go on dates with my sisters, you know, spa dates, let's just have lunch.
Don't mind them. It's because you don't have that hustling. It just seems so calm. And,
so we're trying to
and
know.
that is what we like, softness.
Oh, please.
And yet we're heading somewhere.
Oh, please, what do you mean?
It's everything. We're here to collect.
All of us cannot be the same now. We need the soft people. We need the gra-gra people. And all of that. Thank you so much for being with us. I've learned a lot from you. I've been writing. You talked about being the very best. Whatever you find in your hands to do, give it all. Pull up your sleeves and do the work. Very, very important. We have a lot of young people today who just want the title of it. They don't want to grind.
Thank you for being so honest.
Support system, very, very important. Find your tribe, find people that will support you, hail you, remind you that you're not a failure, that this too will pass, and you need to understand the why you're doing what you're doing.
And write it down.
And write it down. Make the vision, write the vision, make it plain. That day that sees we're wrong with it, then find something that just keeps you going. You talk
and
about
have
the God
fun.
factor. Have fun. Go to a spa. Treat yourself. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
You know, for your contributions. Thank you,
Thank
Madam
you.
Hassan, for joining us today. And that's all we can take on the show. I hope you enjoyed it and learned as much as we did. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye now.